Alright, let's get this shit going.
Deals with child molestation.
It was really interesting. Whenever I shot the scene with my father, I thought to myself, God, this scene's coming really easy. I don't have to go prepare for it. I was like, you know, that's cool in a way because it wasn't really hard work. And then maybe 3 weeks later, after that, I started getting flashes of being molested. It was weird, and I just sort of like pulled that scar back.
Ultimately, in her dream, she sort of realizes her fantasy, and she beats the crap out of this guy that's been abusing her.
That scene actually changed my life. It sent me on a journey in life.
Alright, let's get this shit going.
Dealing with my own fears.
Arnold, hey buddy, this is Dispatch with Fazbear Entertainment. How are you feeling?
Well, since you asked, I just finished a 36-hour shift. I'm struggling to stay awake. Frankly, I tried to tell my manager that I can't work like this anymore.
Awesome to hear. Well, listen, we need you to take one more shift for us, since you're our closest technician in the area.
Wait, what? I can barely keep my eyes open.
I know, the grind is exhilarating, isn't it? And we're so happy to have you on the Fazbear team.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You can't fool me, though. You're just trying to snag one of those $25 gift certificates at the end of the year for outstanding performance.
Damn. Hold on.
No, I'm doing it because you guys keep threatening to dock my pay and repo my truck.
Hold on, Jesus,
I
dude.
love that enthusiasm. So anyway, this will be a piece of cake. We had this contractor named Edwin Murray. He was developing some tech for us, but he's gone quiet. As per his contract, everything he's been working on for us is now legally ours, so we're sending you in to get it. Our motion sensors indicate that someone's still inside the building, moving around, although the signal's a bit erratic. But we don't expect any kind of confrontation. We'll follow up with more instructions soon. For now, just follow these directions and find your way into that building.
I hate you.
Amazing. Thanks for being a part of the Fazbear team. Dispatch out.
Alright.
Freddy Krueger was something I really took seriously and something I really took time to
I just pulled up.
Actually,
Good job.
I met with Robert England and found out about the character, how he did the voice, where he kind of brought it from, and because I think that's kind of the essence of Freddy.
I'm sure you're right. This motion sensor is never tell the truth.
Okay. How am I supposed to get it?
To access the building, you've been provided with a data diver tool. Look around. Good job. Well done. That data diver is your master key to the MCM facility. Do not lose it.
Alright.
Now get in there and retrieve.
Imagine if that was really happening. For Krueger's last stand, best for last, employing a gimmick that would make Freddy's finale truly jump off the screen.
The MCM facility is temporarily closed. For all deliveries and work inquiries.
Alright, we're gonna find a way to get in here. Ain't no way. Fuck.
This idea of doing the last 10 minutes in 3D, which was a tremendously complex technology at that point.
I don't know if the 3D was really all that effective. Not that the audience didn't know to put on the glasses and they were supposed to do it.
You're going to need these 3D glasses to navigate the dreamscape. Put them on now.
It was funny to watch people like that didn't know like what's wrong with the screen. Like, just put on glasses. How about Freddy Krueger in IMAX in 3D like Avatar?
We actually did some groundbreaking work at that point. The technology that allowed me to work.
She just had me jump some things toward camera in an unnatural way a few times. The camera was like huge. It was like $1 billion
Welcome,
camera.
potential buyers, to Edwin Murray's Costume Manor, leading powerhouse in costume entertainment and carnival game technologies. Ooh.
Come in and see what Murray's can do for your carnival, amusement park, big game, or fun fair. This client tour will show you just what I'm capable of.
The computer technology, because they were working with, they've been working with Jim Cameron on Terminator 2. And at one point in the Kill Me for Further story, they sent us a clip from Terminator 2 with our footage of Arnold on the bike. But Jim Cameron would never, like, that would be the end of our career forever.
Get ready to be amazed.
One piece of this footage got
Don't forget, every one of my creations are available for purchase or lease.
I love the fight with the fight. My favorite.
Clearly imagine.
Welcome! Welcome! The show's just begun. There's so much to be done. You want to be here to stay. It's a one-of-a-kind fantasy workshop where you'll quite simply be amazed.
Really die. It makes that one look a little more facetious, I guess, than it's sexy. What a hotel, right? And only $250 a night for my favorite site. What? You didn't check Trivago? Got mine for $155. You have to check Trivago. Oh yeah, prove it. On Trivago, you can compare hotel prices from multiple different sites, even your favorite one. Look, same hotel, $100 less. If you just head into
Oh, this is a bad motherfucking night. Bad night for me.
Even in death,
Hello.
there might still be some life left in Freddy.
It's not gonna be fun.
the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, kind of to put a cap on the whole world of Freddy Krueger.
They brought the press in.
Dang! Oh, come on!
So, must mean that they milked the cow as much as they could, you know. It wasn't standing very tall itself. The manager after that to realize that it was I'm not going to deny that, but we wanted to do the movie we made. And your little dog, Joe.
Oh. Why we have to do this one?
Because we thought it was going to be
Oh.
I think it was okay to kind of deconstruct and self-destruct.
I told everyone it was going to be the last one, of course, but I don't Freddy's dead.
Okay. So I don't have that. So. Don't you fucking move. Don't you move. Mr. Goddamn Elephant. This is so fucking. Oh.
You're there, pick up.
Actually, out of the blue. And to his credit, he said,
Hey, you made it.
He said, try to make that better. And he did. He went back and did retroactive cuts and sequels, and he also did a little bit of merchandising and so forth. Wes and I had
I knew you would.
differences.
No one doubted you for a second. And those who did are now out $20.
He said, look.
Not that anyone here at Fazbear Entertainment was wagering if you would survive your I mean, how immoral would that be?
But seriously, great job.
And finally took the nail.
Now that you're there, and it would be very difficult for you to turn back, I should probably level with you. We're still detecting movement in the building that you're in, and we have a little bit of an idea as to what it might be. Murray made some neat stuff over the years. Unfortunately, it seems that one of his most creative inventions may have encountered some homicidal glitches in its programming. Now, these things happen, and I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. But you should probably worry about it. He was working on an endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume, character, large or small, with the ability to take on the persona of the character it occupies.
Yeah,
With the addition of the aforementioned homicidal tendencies, of course. We'll be working on some ideas on how to neutralize this rogue endoskeleton. But in the meantime, just try to be quiet, careful, and focused on the task at hand. Always being mindful of the fact that this entity could potentially be inside any costume or character that you see. All right, take a deep breath and get back in there. Finish the job, and that $25 gift certificate is as good as yours. But right now, you should focus on finding a way to turn the power back on. Oh, good. You found the upgrade station for the data diver. You'll need it to reach the different areas in the complex. It's very important that you update the data diver whenever you find an access station. This is not optional.
The Lubbock babes from just the 10 of us all being Freddy Krueger, victims.
As it turns out, a stalker that started calling people on ours, and sorry, I turned out to be a fan who
Now go find that power room.
And as a result,
Over and out.
to London.
Oh.
Maybe like 5 months.
I got some bad vibes right now.
incredible irony. Everybody been telling me about the writing in the past, got many people on the rock place, and it was a fan of his
And so this idea, I think, was maybe some food for Wes's thought process.
Wes came to me and said he'd been talking to Heather a little bit about how if he could delve into her private life, would I mind if he screwed around with me a little bit? There was a feeling of how this movie that we had all participated in that kind of haunted our lives. And it seemed to me that it could not be something totally different from that film ever. So I said, yeah, count me in, I'm on board. And then I saw the script.
Okay, go over here.
I remember just thinking, and Bob, we'll have a big scene.
Gives us access to that. There's.
Come on, Heather, kids love horror. It was kind of like a Valentine.
Oh.
And at the same time, it was a great reunion for us. And also, I think we all got to kind of go.
It was the worker.
That worked on the first one.
Okay.
Had come back, and it was just interesting to see how they've grown and how their careers have changed.
Coming back to work with Wes is always a treat. I came back not as a teacher, but as a nurse. So, but it's still sort of one of those generic public servants. John Saxon had Renaissance yet again. This guy's the guy that's looking from Elvis to Quentin Tarantino and Robert Redford, Bruce Lee, and Freddy Krueger, and everybody else. And I suppose I imagined that it might be the last. It sounded like the finale.
All the other directors had been first timers, and they had to be helped through a little bit. But Wes was by then the master.
It was a very pleasant film. I remember how fun it was and what a sense of love there was and stuff. Not to be mushy, but just everybody really liked each other and was having a great time.
Heather Langenkamp, playing herself, was so smart and one of her best performances ever.
And she was, a young mother at the time, and so finding all those elements from her own reality that she could bring to the movie worked so beautifully.
Some of the things that Wes kind of brought in that were similar is that I'm there.
Looking around the 30s.
Oh, yeah, it's that one.
Control device. I was Wes's special effects guy who, didn't want to play himself because it would be a curse. So I was more concerned about the curse. When I went in and met all the real special effects team that were doing the movie, and I met David, I realized I was the least nonsense
special effects looking guy on the planet. They're like blue collar, hardworking, beard. They all had heavy metal t-shirts on. They all look like they hadn't slept in about 9 years. Like the dorkiest special effects guy ever.
Behind the edge of the set, Chase's wife, Heather Langenkamp, 30, dressed in women's pajamas, and his son, Billy, 5, watched from their chairs. I remember having a blast on this film. This was, every day was an adventure. Who doesn't want to be chased around by Freddy when they're 7? Like, for real.
We got along, just like mom and son, and I was, of course, very protective of them.
Yeah, since he's already had a relationship with them. And there was a time when his parents said, we have what we're going to do. The mother left the son, the father was okay, and after he goes through some palliation scene, his reward was happy.
God damn it, dude.
He's inherently bad or damage or anything like that. All little kids do anyways, play pretend. So if you could do it professionally, rock it.
Heather opens the door to Jake, a direct, open-faced young woman. Even though that most of the people in the film had been in the original film, I didn't feel at all like I was a part of the group and part of the ensemble.
In the original script that I read, Julie, the babysitter, was a pawn of Freddy's. Julie was the stalker. Julie was the one harassing him. Julie, she was all those things.
Wes said to all of us that he was what's causing this, and so but none of us we didn't really need to know that in order to play the part.
I would probably know which ones we did, probably.
Alright.
Wes has a very narrow mind. This is what's going to scare people in a broad mind to extract.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Great news. Power has been restored to this wing of the building. Overhead paging works. Come on back to the security office for further instructions. Oh, and try to be careful along the way. We are seeing some strange readings in the area. You haven't seen anything unusual yet, have you?
Actually...
Great. Head back to the security office, and I'll give you more instructions on what exactly we need you to retrieve for us.
Not to be the kind of wisecracker that he had become.
I wanted it to be something that was not quite what was.
Something different, something new, more bulky, more muscular. I mean, everything on it was different. It's supposed to be the real Freddy.
I thought it looked great.
That was quick.
Kind of German.
So, let's talk about what you're there to find.
That one, he's more like he's
Obviously, this possibly murderous endoskeleton has encountered some unfortunate glitches, but that doesn't mean the idea isn't sound or valuable. We think that endoskeleton has a lot of potential, and that's why we want you to retrieve Murray's original schematic for it. And after you find that schematic for us, we can certainly try to maybe find a way to probably save your life from it. If that's not incentive enough to find the schematic, then I don't know what is. Get that schematic, and with some luck, you can deactivate that endoskeleton and collect it for us as well. I can just smell that $25 gift certificate, can't you? You need to reach Murray's executive suite. That's where the schematic most likely is.
Where I'm in bed with
Your data died.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
the first or second day that we did have that very devastating earthquake.
On January 17th was the big Northridge quake.
A lot of us had close calls, and when we came to the set, we were just looking at you make a deal with the devil or something.
At that point, everything's like, well, it's game on. We basically we've opened Pandora's box.
This was the reality of this invasion.
Neighbor doesn't have executive permission yet, so you can't get anywhere near it. Not a problem. We just need to find stations to upgrade your data diver until you can gain access. They're all over the facility. In fact, there's a station up in the warehouse manager's office. You should head there next. And before you go, take a hand crank for the security fence. Looks like you can get one from the inventory tube system. That's the big machine in the security office. Should be active now.
Talk show is Freddy, really just being off the wall. Look at the crowd, the Freddy fanatics, which of course together on a television show in the San Francisco area. And it was about...
Now, What are you waiting for? Keep on trucking.
That was fine. Roxy's hat.
And I remember looking at the show host and the parents and they're all we've taken over the asylum. It is that empowerment of embracing the symbol of the evil thing in a way that you're in control of.
Let's go ahead and put this on the crank. Don't start it.
I remember that scene is so great because I was sitting there.
Put it there. Let's go ahead and grab. Because he's going to be waiting for us.
Which is the story of my life.
Gimme. Gimme. Let's put you in here. Let's put you in here. Then. Voila. And you are there. Okay, let's meet the mimic.
And Wes comes off as this kind of creepy horror-meister in a way, and then he shows that the script is actually on his computer, the exact words we've just spoken. Those are the moments that make that movie so terrific.
I remember liking very much the scene where Heather's husband is coming home in the car. When you think about a Wes Craven movie, you think, well, how do I die? Sort of religion getting eviscerated. It was, of course, very violent. Freddy's claws coming up. Like the fact that he was a husband.
I don't understand how this is going with this mimic's like working.
But the one thing that they did later when I saw the movie is they did this thing of me scratching my balls. Now we have a ball stand. I just want to say to you, Wes, that is not how I would scratch my balls. Okay, it's not. This is how I would scratch my balls. And of course, the scenes that followed were the cemetery scenes, and that was interesting too.
Everybody comes to be a mourner. You know, if you look at the background, everybody's somehow affiliated with Nightmare on Elm Street. Tuesday night was there, Jason Garcia. So it's just a great way to catch up with people and see how they're all doing.
A warm family farewell now to something horrible. And that's something where Wes is not afraid to create horror in broad daylight. The parts of it for me was only personal. Because there was Tom's Tower, hard to reach the and then it's one of the more profound moments in the movie, you know, when one's faith is contradicted by the events that happen.
They ended up actually getting rid of the park. We asked, I mean, we have 10 acres out in the desert. We said, what are you going to do with it? Haul it to the dumps. So we rented the flatbed trucks, and growing up, I've had that park in my backyard ever since the film.
There's a lot of ways to bring childhood into a horror movie that I realized, and one of the ways is to bring an old story that we all are really familiar with.
Hands on Girl was interesting because there's been a lot written. It's very hard to find fairy tales in a children's book store anymore.
That is one of the most horrifying child stories. When you think about the witch fattening up the little kid inside the cage, it is absolutely horrifying. So that Wes picked that story was.
Applebee's All You Can Eat is back, featuring the chicken tenders you've always loved. Now served unlimited with 8 sauces to choose from for just $15.99. Plus endless riblets and double crunch shrimp only at Applebee's.
Your roof protects everything you love. Shouldn't it be built to last? At Blue Chip Roofing, we install IKO shingles from #1 highest rated quality. We believe in doing things right at Blue Chip Roofing. From the first shingle to the final sleep, you'll forget we were ever there until you look.
Go on.
Fast, free estimates, and flexible financing, making a top quality road.
Goodbye.
Give us a call at Blue Chip Roofing. Atlanta loves Ricky Block, one of the area's leading proposals. From design to installation, we do it all. Companies are hundreds of and you can't wait to get here. When you take it to the next level, upgrade your pole barn with the trusted performance of Anderson Windows. Built for how you live, Anderson Windows delivers energy efficiency, timeless style, and unbeatable durability to your pole barn project. It's easy to get started. Calls today out of along Rick and Blocky through cold bar experts.
Pretzel crust from Little Caesars is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Until now. The stuffed pretzel crust is even greater. That's right. We took that delicious pretzel crust with cheddar cheese sauce and stuffed. Look at all that mouthful of vanilla greenness. Two fan favorites in one pizza. Oh yeah, we stuffed that goat. Large stuffed pretzel crust from Little Caesars, just $9.99 for a limited time. Pizza.
Okay.
It is absolutely horrifying. So that Wes picked that story was perfect.
In a sense, children need literature that recognizes the nightmares that children have.
And then you had all these toys in Dylan's room that were his protectors.
Rex was my stuffed animal bodyguard. Imaginary, although effective. I was lucky enough to keep some parts from the film. This is Rex, one repaired one with the claw slashes on it.
It's funny because I have the other copy of Rex in my house.
Okay.
And it always kind of takes a
Should I be for this one?
This thing that protects you, but also gets slashed in the process, but can be repaired and that sort of childhood.
Oh, this is where we meet Jackie.
My character, she has so much pressure, and she's like really kind of not dealing with it that great. You need a lot of other supporting
I think.
the spirit of the movie, keep it moving, and so you had Fran Bennett.
Fran Bennett was incredible. She was definitely our favorite. We loved her performance. And we would close her lines constantly in editorial.
This line again.
And from your films, and yeah, it was just great fun.
I asked Dr. Hefner. He named it after somebody in the motion picture association of America. It was almost me just saying the lines without adding anything at all until it came to the glove. Each time that glove got on my hand, it was like some electric something happened in my body. That was like, whoa, man, this is strange.
My favorite scene in the film was the death of the babysitter in the hospital when she's dragged around the room.
We again had I'd done something similar with the 40-foot room with Oakland as the flag. This time, we decided to actually show Freddie in some of the scenes dragging her up the wall.
Wes said, you have to speak it. It's a horror film. You have to speak it. So when I'm getting drug up, ceiling, I had to do a lot of yelling. And it was
Oh, come on.
It was a particularly hard scene to film. When they were filming my shot, there was nobody behind, but they would put a cross of tape on it and say, that's your babysitter, you're getting killed, you're terrified, it's horrifying, you need to cry.
When we previewed the film, it was amazing to watch the audience reaction to it, and just how Heather's finally just to control the situation.
There we go. Okay, Jackie, we're gonna be seeing you soon. Real soon.
Where Freddie line up at that center median. We projected a picture of the truck on a screen behind me, 50 or 100 takes probably, to get the crouch down at the exact moment. We did that, and then the next day I couldn't walk.
Say by these cars, they had a big fake claw, because there's a point where it picks me up with it. And that was really fun, because they had a harness, and it drops, and I think that was my first stop, and I had to do it.
In the original script that I read, there was a scene with the clawmobile, Freddie behind the wheel of a giant claw that was kicking up sparks on the road. It would have been awesome to see that, the clawmobile, but there's no money to do such things.
And everything just gets completely messed up from then on. It's this strange, like otherworldly reality that I enter once I enter that house. Dylan leaves for me the pills to follow him into the nether world.
The end sequence takes place in kind of hell. Cynthia Giroux had done shopping. She designed it, I think, based on sort of trusted ruins, kind of being taken down to the essence of where evil would live. It would work
You know, subterranean sets, lighting.
And I just remember walking around shooting tons of photos of everything. This is cool. This wall, there's like a Cerberus stone carving and this big demon thing, weird beings and iron gates.
Oh.
Stuff like that. The whole way through. I mean, I'd rather go there than Jimmy Day.
What?
After all the time she's worked with me, she's gonna get at least one swing set something like similar she wouldn't get.
We're really hand-to-hand combat. I mean, it's really fighting, and I've
Okay.
seen the eye with the eel, and then I try to catch him on fire, and then actually, and I love that, because Nancy just never gets to say that. And then he yanks me by the hair, and he throws me up against the wall, and if you'll notice, right next to my head, it says lust. And at that point, you know, Nancy and Freddie's relationship has always had a sexual component.
Am I gonna kiss her or gut her?
Oh, okay. So we got rid of the moon out of that closet. Okay, that's cool. So we put the mask on, got rid of it.
Neck and my head, and actually like my least favorite thing I've ever done for Nightmare on Elm Street.
We built a big
Alright.
foam latex cable operated tongue and lubed it up. And of course, that's always going to bring about jokes.
We did get rid of.
When you're the only woman there and men are rapping like a
So we did get rid of that moon.
around your head, it
Okay,
really
good.
was awful.
I can remember telling you, so human beings don't have half of their expense.
There's also a whole transformation thing, which we got through a whole Freddy Krueger changeover. Bunch of crazy stuff in that film.
Well, I remember Wes wanted to get a real reaction out of Ego at one point. I said, Wes, I can scare anybody, and I can scare the biggest grip on this set. You want me to really turn it up? And I did. And
Oh.
so I'm supposed to run up some stairs, run down some stairs, and he pops up, then he turns me to scare.
Holy fuck.
I didn't write all on Wes. I could have, but Max made me do it. I totally don't mind now. I get it. I mean, it was probably good because they got a good reaction.
But the nice thing about that movie is that my character is really
The fuck?
Gretel, and my son is Hansel. We're both just trying to get back, you know, to the normal life that we had before Freddie started doing our dreams again.
Okay.
This is something that's ageless. That's kind of what I wanted to say. Is that this kind of movie, this kind of story, it could be found in the
Okay, she ain't doing nothing.
every tragedies. It's the type of story that Ben Target had for.
Hailed by the New York Times as an ingenious cathartic exercise
put you there.
in illusion and fear, Wes Craven's New Nightmare was released on
She is fucking creepy.
1994 to glowing reviews but disappointing box office. However, to many, Wes Craven's final nod to Freddy remains a high point in the franchise.
To me, it's the end of the Nightmare series, you know, despite what all the other nonsense they did after that. But to me, that really was the finale, and I think Wes wrapped it up quite well.
I think without a doubt, it's my favorite of the films now. I think it's so smart. Every time I see it,
Okay, let's go ahead and check this.
The film kind of lost a little bit in that, but thanks to DVD and everything like that, it still has a fan base.
That film was very much ahead of its time. I think that's one of the reasons why I think it had a pretty good afterlife. When you go back and look back, it was actually a relatively well-reviewed film at the time.
It says 4. Oh, hold on.
But so it wasn't so much scary, it was just pleasant.
it had a lot of story, a lot of logic, a lot of reason. And those things aren't necessarily important to a writer like that. I think it was the precursor to like Scream. New Nightmare was made for people who made the film, for adults. Scream was made for the audience that watches the film. And those were the central characters.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
And you notice that Wes allowed the characters to take a swipe at Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wow, the first one was the rest sucked.
She did it with great relish, I noticed as well.
So many years later, it's like I'm just philosophical about it. I tapped into something.
Alright, there's nothing there. go ahead and put you back up. Let's get this door on so we meet this Jackie out of this one. Hold on. Oh, this is so neat. Oh, the robot!
Welcome, new user packet. Our hosts goes afterwards. Please select your method of delivery.
Whoa. Hey, Jackie, what's going on? Oh. No. Damn.
In terms of how to conceive for any investigation, of how to write for the investigation, how to tell the story.
Even if you have these two characters together,
What the fuck was that?
I remember being at New
Whoa, fucking Christ.
The single longest developed project in the history of Hollywood.
I just thought it was one of those legend projects, but I didn't realize that so many people had actually been working on it.
I think there were 13, 14, 15 writers on that.
Oh.
So many ways that Jason has killed people. It was a real challenge to try to come up with a way that
I believe I was playing off of the draft they had. Some of the things in the draft I did were original, but some were also in the draft.
Oh. Jackie. Oh. Hell no. Get away from me. Bro, get in there, get in there. Fucking Jackie. Oh. Oh.
We just tried to basically not screw it up.
Oh.
We had trouble finding directors too. They met with probably 40 directors. They met with every director you could think of. We went to one of the executives and said,
No, bye-bye.
That first meeting, my intention was to go in to tell Bob that I don't want to
Well, hello.
If you can hear me, pick up.
Where the fuck Jackie go?
Awesome. Glad to see you made made it here without any complications whatsoever.
Oh,
Influences. He's also a nice guy.
oh, accent-free.
And got hired.
There was an assistant, a gentleman by the name of...
So we did some digging to learn more about that bothersome endoskeleton that keeps relentlessly pursuing you. From what we can tell, it was designed to keep Murray's son entertained while Murray worked. It would mimic the actions of those around it. At some point, the endoskeleton was exposed to some sort of violence, the details of which are a little
Okay, I kind of like this now.
I was lucky enough to be a 24-year-old kid living the dream, and then to have your first movie, you were having dream movies, a pretty cool and surreal experience.
I was very involved once they started developing the idea. I was in contact with people at New Line. They were saying, we're finally going to do this. We always
Robin Ice Cold Coca-Cola and enjoy summer.
Teens share everything, but through certain everyday behaviors, they could also be sharing bacteria that can cause meningitis. Even if your teen has been vaccinated in the past, they could be missing vaccinations recommended by the CDC against certain groups of meningitis. Although uncommon, it's a serious disease. Once symptoms appear, death can occur, sometimes within 24 hours. About 1 in 10 will die. Is your teen missing vaccination against certain groups of meningitis? Ask their doctor today.
Power up your summer fun with the power of choice. Toyota's Life offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices. Now you can take advantage of limited time offers on your favorite new Toyotas. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's be honest, getting insurance has been on your to-do list, along with assembling whatever that's supposed to be, or teaching your kid to
Slow down, honey.
drive. Fortunately, the Zebra searches over 100 insurance companies to find you savings no one else can. Don't wait. Visit thezebra.com, compare prices, and get insurance today. You can save up to $400 per year on car insurance. Go to thezebra.com today.
I always envisioned him as a Jason that could beat the shit out of Freddy. And then they hired a director, and then all of a sudden I started getting the feeling that something's changing.
Immediately, we have some casting issues. Because before I'm on board, already the studio decided that they want a new Jason.
And I was never given any kind of reason.
I mean, I know the thinking there. I think physically there was taller.
Could Kane probably have done it? Sure. But I also do think that you were dealing with the idea that from a directorial point of view, they were very clear. They wanted the idea of one guy big and burly, one guy small and lanky. And I think that to me was really the largest piece of that decision.
I said, fine, this is their call, and I'm fine with it.
It was nice to hear that a lot of fans were not happy with the idea either, but it was going to be a success no matter what, just because people wanted to see the two characters together.
The biggest question was who would win the high-stakes matchup? A maniacal dream stalker or a brutal force of nature?
When I was making Bright Chucky, I learned don't take it too seriously. Have fun with the monster. So I used the same sort of principle to apply on Freddy versus Jason.
Just that outsideness that Ronnie Yu brought to it. Being a Hong Kong director really helped to that. It's got a terrific cast, Jason Britter, Monica Keena, Kelly Rowland, Catherine Isabel from all of the Ginger Snap films. It's a terrific little cast.
Lori, 17, pulls a stuffed toy, like a fur boot but creepier, away from her friend Kia. Lori is an attractive, trusting girl next door. When I was 8 years old, I lived in Brooklyn, and I went down the street to my best friend Leanne's house, and they were watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and I thought, this is just too terrifying. I'd never seen anything like that before. I'd never been allowed to watch horror movies before. I was so traumatized by this movie that I literally couldn't sleep for weeks. And it changed my physical appearance. I probably, at the age of 8, I lost like 10 pounds. My teachers got so concerned that they called my mother and said, like, is there something going on? Is she being abused at home? And my mother found a picture of Robert Englund, the actor, and Robert Englund in the Freddy Krueger makeup, and pasted them up near my bedside table. And every night before I'd go to sleep, literally for like a year, I would have to look at it and say, it's just a movie, it's just a movie, he's not a real guy. And I remember thinking, I'm going to grow up one day, and I'm going to be an actress, and I'm never going to make movies that scare little kids. Cut to a couple of years later.
I was always joking to her. I said, I mean, your scream can break glasses.
When I was screaming and hysterical, I really feel that it came from a place that I repressed for so long that I was able to tap back into.
Want some more catnip?
Almost like loss of voice.
Do girl?
And I didn't tell Robert this story until the last day of filming, and he thought that was just so hysterical.
I was really excited to work with Jason, and he was actually a late addition, because I don't know if people know this, but Brad Renfro was originally playing that part. Well,
I was a big fan. I think he's a really good actor, and we were excited.
You know, rest in peace, Brad Renfro. Brad Renfro, I think, was like one of the more promising young actors that, you know, we've seen in a while.
As I'm sure everybody knows, he had a lot of personal problems. And those problems became clear when he showed up on set.
I actually went to screen test with him, and they thought our chemistry was so good together that really kind of part of the reason I ended up being cast was because of Brad.
Suddenly I remember John Rupert, who worked on the Bride Chucky, and then also then I remember that he has a son that also is an actor.
I was thrilled with Jason.
Oh, that smells so good. Okay. Oh. Fuck you, Jackie.
This mimic endoskeleton then copied that violent behavior. We came up with some great ideas on how to protect herself. Unfortunately, we came up with those ideas before the last technicians were sent in, and they ended up with less than positive results. So it seems that maybe distraction and avoidance are your best tools, as a direct confrontation will likely result in the loss of some limbs. The previous technicians considered it an honor to lose limbs in the service of their company, and I'm sure they would tell you that themselves if they had died from blood loss. We expect you'll succeed where they failed. 1 out of 3 Fazbear employees has confidence in you, so go get them, Tiger. I found the location of another upgrade station in the showrooms. You can get there if you head back through the welcome show. That's the room where you enter the building.
You know, Freddy was...
Check the monitor. I'm sending you a camera feed. Go there. Over and out.
And then it became a competition of them fighting actors the same frame. And so that's how they became adversaries, which was kind of cool.
I'm actually the only one that Freddy...
Oh, he's still here.
Freddy versus Jason. So a very lucky man.
Mark sits at his desk, going through drawers. He pulls out a framed black and white photo of him on the shoulders of his older brother, The character I played in Freddy vs. Jason, Bobby, ends up becoming a tormentor of Mark. But he's actually his older brother. And even though I am Steph Freckles from Christmas Story, and I'm known as a turd worldwide around Christmas, I don't think that was a motivating factor for hiring me as Bobby, because you have to have a lot of sympathy and pathos for Bobby. That was two of your characters. We love that relationship. There was this unscripted history
where Mark's brother was, you know, killed at some point by Freddy.
And it really ramped up the pain that Mark's character felt in losing his older brother, and gave him a lot more momentum and impetus as to why he reacted like he did.
And I did get just hacked to shit. I'm walking through this.
Good job. You can reach the lobby from here.
Then committing suicide.
The lobby doors have been locked by someone showtime run doors, whatever that is. Look for a control station. You should be able to get those doors to open by restarting the welcome show program.
A death-defying dive! Hit it, Mr. Octopus! A new world awaits. Now it's time to explore. Step right up, don't be scared. It's time to open the door.
And that was my patented Demotronic Welcome Show. Amazing, if I do say so myself. Please continue to the lobby and take a seat. One of our sales reps will be along shortly. Don't forget that everything you've seen and will see is available for purchase or lease.
Wow, hello. There. That should
The character I play in Flavors Jason, Bob, ends up becoming a tormentor of Mark. But he's actually his older brother. And even though I am Scott Farmer's Christmas story, and I'm he was a turd in my life, and I'm Christmas for hiring me for Bobby, kind of I had to have a lot of sympathy and pain for him. That was two other characters who were not that relationship. There was this kind of unspoken history where Mark's brother was killed at some point by Freddy, and it really ramped up the pain that Mark's character felt in losing his older brother, and gave him a lot more momentum and impetus as to why he reacted the way he did.
Error. This elevator is...
I wonder what's the subtitles.
And then committed suicide was a day and a half of shooting, wearing nothing but what we call in the industry a cocksock. Shooting the bathroom, and
Out of service. Thank you for your patience. Welcome.
Enjoy a short ride on this reliably safe elevator to access the MCM showrooms.
All right.
Security personnel, please help with client relations until the elevator repair is complete.
Final design for Friday was based.
Ironically, can't move.
So few. Time.
You two ladies have a nice day.
Relax, Fred.
Shamrock. Shoot people. Oh. Fuck it.
Attention! Elevator maintenance is required. Refer to the repair cassette for instructions. The repair cassette is conveniently located on the second floor balcony. Please enter the following code to retrieve the repair cassette. 0158.
0158. So the second balcony. Yo! Yo! Never expect him to be right there. Hmm.
Finally. Animal.
Oh. You're gonna expect that again. It's a brown dog. It's him, right? Oh my god.
I'm telling you, ma'am, I sent a check in 3 weeks ago.
You may have sent it, but when did you send it?
Okay, 12 days, no sense.
Right. Payment run due tomorrow will have to show up in the contract. But there's no reason to waste your voice.
I've got 3 homicides on my hands.
What?
Hello, dear.
Bells and those things.
Blood in more than 4. So what happened here happened around dawn. Yeah, definitely wasn't a traffic accident, was it?
I swear up.
Hold up. Oh boy. Closest thing I saw to this was a hiker attack. Shark. Hi, Barbara. We figured you'd be showing up.
Dorothy, I was important enough to call you.
You two know each other?
Of course. Want to show me the bodies? Jesus, this is
Pretty much a real lot of grizzly, right?
no bear did this.
He just transfers to different ones.
What about a cougar?
He just transfers to different fucking things.
But you can't tell what
It wasn't a cougar.
What's that? We'll know more after Dr. Johnson does the autopsy. Go.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for an explanation. Sir, it was all quiet when I did my 1530 security check. 20 minutes to discover the breakout. Who was watching the monitor? I was supposed to be doing that while I was on patrol.
Fine. Sir, you told me to make the neurotransmitter a top priority, so I was very busy with that.
Fine.
No, what?
Worried. You not.
No, sir.
Karen, you know that premature hatching is always a distinct possibility. Therefore, is it too much to ask that you might oversee the monitoring of these eggs? After all,
Yes, sir.
Counting on all of it.
Sir, I can't be.
Damn. He just transfers to different ones then.
And here. The breach has been repaired, sir. This will never happen again. Harmless. Meantime, we have a hatchling on the loose. Better figure out what you're gonna do.
Dr. Hyde, its life expectancy could be as little as 3 to 5 days without the laser treatment.
Let's hope so. I don't want to lose an estimation. What about the rest of the embryo chicks, sir? They're out of here tonight, Karen. Please handle this.
We'll ship them out to the Utah facility, use some local farming truck companies so we don't attract any attention.
Ah, brilliant. Koi, action on the loose. Lyle, do something! Send SWAT to the infirmary and tell him to keep his goddamn mouth shut. And that goes for you and the others too. And I'll personally guarantee you'll get fucking chickens in Arkansas.
So when you see you want to transfer to a different one. When Shamrock, stop. Jesus. Shamrock.
Sheriff, it's Bolton. I'm on Route 49, about 2 miles south of the overpass. Got an abandoned vehicle. Pretty bad.
Bad like in an accident.
That's a poultry truck. There's dead chickens and blood everywhere.
Headlights are on, doors open.
Let the driver get out in a hurry. He got whacked. Copy that.
There.
Hello, employee. If you're listening to this tape, the elevator has once again stopped working. Hopefully, anyone trapped inside is able to climb out between floors. If not, tell them not to worry and to lie flat on their backs and grab the side walls until repairs are finished. Once the elevator is off, remove any obstructions.
When machinery is clear of debris, rotate the hand crank clockwise to raise the elevator.
Yeah. Clark, it's Mike. I need you to run a commercial plate for me. Shit. All right, shit. I'm gonna have to call you back.
How do you drop it? Oh, here.
Push the green button to open the hatch. You are now safe to get under the elevator. Oh, but there's a note here. If the elevator is out of alignment, adjust the thing that balances it. That's what it says. Oops, hold up. I almost forgot. Make sure the emergency brake is on before attempting any repair. To realign the elevator, use the sliders to rebalance the load weight alignment. And please, bear in mind, if anything does go wrong, we want you to know that it's not your fault. It's another one of life's speed bumps. Don't let it bring you down, and think of it as a learning experience. We love you. Great. Now that I assume you are done with the alignment, use the diagnosis and repair function. Input the following code using the buttons. 3,
The actual journey
2,
helping your hair is a lot easier
4,
than you think.
It's definitely worth it.
1.
I didn't expect so much hair to come back.
I went to the Hims website. Within 10 minutes, I was talking to a provider.
I started to see results in the first 2 to 3 months. Even when I'm home and my hair is sweaty, I do not have to worry about what it looks like.
I don't have white shades left anymore.
Okay. That did me no hint.
Luck between milestones like this may start at age 9.
You are now safe to get under the elevator.
HPV-related cancers can
Oh,
spread them too.
there's a note here.
Most people,
If the
HPV
elevator is
appears on
out of
its
alignment,
I should have turned on the brake first.
Starting at age 9, talk to your child's
God damn it.
vaccination.
you are now safe to get
Okay.
under the elevator. Oh, there's a note here. If the elevator is out of alignment, adjust the thing that balances it. To realign the elevator, use the sliders to rebalance the load weight alignment. Doohickey.
Same hotel, $100
And please, bear in mind, if anything does go wrong, we want you to know that it's not your fault. It's another one of life's speed bumps. Don't let it bring you down, and think of it as a learning experience. Great. Now that I assume you are done with the alignment, use the diagnosis and repair function. Input the following code using the buttons. 3, 4, 1. You are now safe to get under the elevator. Oh, there's a note here. To realign the elevator, use the sliders to rebalance the load weight alignment. Doohickey. And please, bear in mind, if anything does go wrong, we want you to know that it's not your fault. It's another one of life's speed bumps. Don't let it bring you down, and think of it as a learning experience.
I figure it.
We love you.
Take a nap. And the cougar.
Great. Now that I assume you are done with the alignment, use the diagnosis and repair function. Input the following code using the buttons. 2, 3, 1, 4.
According to this manifest.
Nope.
Doesn't sound much like a butcher farm to me.
Maybe not.
You are now safe to get under the elevator. Oh, there's a note here. If the elevator is out of alignment, to realign the elevator, use the sliders to rebalance the load weight alignment.
On my way.
I'll follow you, my dear.
And please, bear in mind, if anything does go wrong, we want you to know that it's not your fault. It's another one of life's speed bumps. Don't let it bring you down, and think of it as a learning experience. We love you. Great. Now that I
Okay,
assume you
listen
are
to the
done with
first
the
one.
alignment, use the diagnosis and repair function. Input the following code using the buttons. 1, 3, 2, 4.
Sheriff. Sheriff. I'm afraid your daughter is suffering from a rare form.
Now, disengage the emergency brake and back out carefully.
Something so terrified your girl that she shut off part of her mind to avoid thinking about it.
Close the hatch.
So terrible,
Reset the crank.
well, cases like this are rather common.
Turn on the power, and you are done.
And other instances. Some people may be announcements to make some sort of sound, picture, smell, relate. Thank you. Jim? Yeah. This gets worse. Dispatched a car while we found a this truck smashed and burned to the
Here.
and a severed hand on the shoulder.
Oh no.
Doc, you do whatever you can. All right, take good care of it. Sheriff, I want you to get some rest. All of you. I'll call you first thing in the morning. You ready to go?
How is she?
Doctor says she's fine, but no change, whatever that means. You still want to rest, you know, so you check it out. Last time I heard you say that, I couldn't believe it. Lyle, are you in? Or are you out? You're worse than a cat. If I could have a word with you, sir. Yes, please. In private. What is it now, Lyle? I feel terrible about what happened.
Got those kids. They ring, they sad. There you go again, lying to you. You work yourself up, jumping to conclusions. Even I don't. Perhaps. Or maybe it was just a wild end.
Nope.
Don't be absurd. Accidents happen. Yes, of course.
I had to know it. You're gonna do that.
They've had to while it was government funding. They have to distance themselves. There were never any criminal charges, were there? No, but Lyle, we are so close. A dinosaur with a brain. A creature of superior strength, size, intelligence. We can train them to work with men. Land clearing, mining, shooting troops.
They can be pretty shocking, all right. I don't want to go to jail for second-degree murder.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't have to remind you that you did sign a confidentiality clause when you came to work for me. I know that. Of course you do. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Oh, he.
Before you go, there's one last thing that I was going to ask you to do this afternoon. It has to do with the training session of the Alpha T-Rex.
Isn't that Karen's department?
Normally, yes, but there was something that you said last week that made me think. And I'm curious how it will react to the unfamiliar, such as yourself. Only Karen was working with that. So perhaps on the way out, you could just walk down the laser corridor and I can monitor. I really appreciate it.
Ooh.
Approaching the laser corridor now. Just keep going, Lalo. You're doing fine. Now remember, you're going to experience some discomfort because the area is climate controlled consumption. Hot. You're doing just fine, Lalo. Keep going. Now remember, I've got the T-Rex immobilized by the lasers. He can't move. You can't.
Looks sinister enough.
Maybe we should have called first.
It's more fun surprising them.
Yeah, who is it?
This is Sheriff Tanner from the Backgate County Sheriff's Department. I'd like to speak to the person in charge.
You mind if I ask what it's about, Sheriff?
Yeah, just a routine investigation.
Yeah, okay, hold on, Jack.
He'll check.
Sir, we have a local sheriff in the gate. Wants to speak to the man in charge. Not here. Go on, Lyle. Still with you.
Wrong.
See, just a little jolt. Barrier around the T-Rex is 100 times strong.
Please be aware of potential power spikes. In case of an outage, use the conduit in the big top showroom entrance to reset the system. Attention security personnel. The rooftop access permissions have been changed to accommodate our creative team so they can retar the roof. If you require rooftop access, upgrade your permissions at the security office located on the second floor of the big top showroom.
Well, Mr. McCoy, we've had some unusual animal attacks in California.
Oh, that's just a fuel pressure control release.
Mr. McCoy, would you tell
Dr. Hyde.
Dr. Hyde. Yeah. Would you tell Dr. Hyde to be back tomorrow?
I'll do that.
Welcome to the Murray Showrooms. Everything's for sale or lease. Please inquire within for availability and delivery options. We're sad to announce that the Storytime showroom is currently closed, pending mitigation of insurance claims.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we both. 2 days ago, it was further away, but it's definitely
Four.
It's coming back tomorrow. Maybe it'll look more difficult to get rid of.
The problem is we don't know if he's found. He can come back.
4, 7.
So what do you want me to do?
Check him out. I want to know who the sheriff is, and I'd like to know some information about the woman with him.
Shouldn't be a problem.
4, 7, 8,
Bring him to me. I'll take care of it.
2. 4, 7, 8, 2.
Why does this have to happen?
Okay.
What's that?
Lyle. He's quit.
He quit?
You just missed him.
Well, he never said anything.
He's gone to work for a firm in Silicon Valley.
You know, Doctor, you should really get some rest.
We have to finish this character.
4, 7, 8, 2.
Excuse me, can I borrow your voice for a project?
Oh, what for? I don't even know you. I'm brand new here. Let's start again. I'm Fiona, and you are?
Edwin Murray. This is my dad's voice. But that doesn't matter. I heard you were a puppeteer, and I wanted to record your voice.
Oh, well, yes, I used to be.
Well, that's great. Do you mind if I record you for a test?
So, you want to record me with that? What is it?
It's a new type of audio cassette recorder.
I've never seen one like that before.
I made it. It's part of this new system.
4,
Just
7.
speak into the microphone, and it'll be sent to me like a work memo. The message will be
Okay,
recorded on
4,
a tape drive.
7, 8, 2.
When I get back to my desk on the other side of the building.
That's incredible. What do you...
There's some kind of lizard or something, and it got Tommy. It got Tommy, and it started after me. It was clawing my neck.
She may still be delusional.
Seriously.
Look, I am not crazy. I know what I saw.
That's the plan, baby. Find out. Relax. We'll find it.
Oh, hell no.
Calm down.
We're back to Jackie's area.
I wouldn't recommend it. You should listen to the doctor. He's got a degree. Barbara, I gotta tell you, I was really worried. You had to come up with that tape recorder. When she would come out.
Forget it. What worries me more is what you said about that lizard thing she saw. I mean, she's not mistaken. It's seriously doubt that she is.
Oh.
We're facing some truly new and frightening menace here.
This is so weird.
You know, for some reason, you're much nicer when you're not trying to act like Mr. Cole.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
It's nice to know.
Come here.
Well, what do you think? I still got it.
Not bad for an old guy.
Did I have to figure that hedgehog was gonna be there?
I get regret at the time.
Fuck.
Some antiques are highly sought after. Prized possessions. Worth seeking out. Worth bringing in for a nightcap.
Barbara, I would love to. But there's something I gotta do.
You're going back to Enos, aren't you? Can't even wait till tomorrow.
Some things can't wait. This is one of them.
Well then, don't you think you ought to bring me?
Nope. Gotta go solo. I got a feeling something is way wrong out there and it could get really hairy. So. Thanks for the memories.
You're never gonna change, Jim Tanner.
You know, you've got really soft lips.
Oh. Sounds like the mimic from the. Sounds like the fucking mimic from the Scary Breach. You'll see the holy. Run. I don't want to push part 2 yet. God damn.
It's like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time. Goodbye, my friend. I thought it was deeper than that. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Through HIMS, hundreds of thousands of guys are finding doctor-trusted treatment for their ED. In fact, we'll show you one. This is him. I'm him. Today, he really feels like him. I'm him. But he didn't always. I'm even him.
Oh. Go.
100% online and delivered right to his door.
Please.
Every day, he feels like him. I'm him. Find trusted treatment for ED and start feeling like him. Get started today at hims.com.
Jim?
Jimmy, you there, pick up.
Can't hear you. He's on his own thought. What the hell is he thinking out? He didn't say, but I couldn't get a hold of him.
Long ago.
Jim, listen. I think Carl Joseph's back. I got 3 emergency calls from downtown.
Go.
The clerk at House Liquor says somebody's smashing store windows right now down the street. Go check it out.
Not going down there alone, are you? You know what the sheriff says about backup.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. This time I'll be ready for the motherfucker.
This is Hanson calling for Vodka 1. Hanson for Vodka 1. Come in.
I just want to try this. Nope. Yeah, I got you, bitch. You're dumb.
Jim, I'm really sorry. When did it happen?
Last night, whatever got him ripped his insides out. Deep punctures.
Well, listen, identifying animal attacks is my department. You don't have to.
It's better if I ID him than his wife.
Hi, can I help you?
Glover.
Right this way. Sheriff, you still got a missing deputy, right?
Mike Bolton, yeah.
I just got this coroner's report on a dead body found on the ranch just over the county line. Body's been, partially eaten.
So?
I'm almost afraid to say. I found this embedded in Ben's thorax.
What is that, some kind of claw?
It's not a claw, it's a tooth.
We're gonna need bigger guns.
Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting, Sheriff Tanner, but we have no files on anything called Eunice.
Well, thanks anyway.
You know, there may be certain factors here that require more extensive cross-referencing.
What kind of factors?
Linkages that aren't immediately apparent.
What about Carl Jost? Might he have something to do with this?
He was arrested in Boise by police yesterday afternoon.
Oh, fuck.
Shiggs. Clark? The FBI number's on the desk. Agent Wiley?
Whatever you say, Sheriff.
Hey, this is my case too. I'm coming with you.
Tell Clark to get me a search warrant. Get it to me while I make this last call.
Sheriff needs a search warrant right now.
Miss Anderson, Sheriff Tanner.
Look, Sheriff, I already told you that I...
No, it's not about my bill again. This is official business.
What is it?
I need you to shut off the power to the Eunice Corporation.
For 1 hour's time, unless you hear from me otherwise.
I need a good reason to, Sheriff.
Well, I'm investigating the next 6 deaths.
I'm on my way over there now with a search warrant.
And if I don't get out of there in a hurry, I may be the 7th victim.
Well, I guess that's okay, but I'd like something in writing.
Okay, I'll back so right away. Then we do it?
If I don't hear from you before then, I'll shut off the power at 3 p.m., right?
Right. Thank you, Miss Anderson.
I appreciate your position, Agent Wiley, but I can assure you we sold it off to the private sector 12 years ago.
And you've had no further involvement?
No, we do not have any ongoing commitment or relationship whatsoever with the Back-of-Flats facility. Yes.
Get in there.
Get me Dr. Hyde at the Eunice Corporation right now.
All right, sir.
It's almost gone.
Hey, congratulations on your promotion. Doctor, let me come straight to the point.
We terminated your research with us 12 years ago, did we not?
Unfortunately, yes. Please come to our attention.
That there have been unexplained fatalities in the vicinity of your research facility.
Very much like the incident.
Caused us to terminate the Jurassic Storm project.
I don't know what you're talking about. You privately
Reactivated the project.
not me. Colonel. Even if I wanted to, how could I possibly find that kind of funding in the private sector without backing at the highest government military levels? It would be unthinkable. No one would touch it, would they?
May I ask what you want?
Applications on the Human Genome Project.
Very well, Doctor. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. Thank you for your time.
Anytime, Colonel.
Yeah?
Yeah, Sheriff.
Tanner to see Dr. Hyde?
Yeah, just a minute.
Doctor, the sheriff let animal control on her back.
I'll be right there. Karen, I'd like you to recheck the work Lyle was doing on the neurotransmitters. His work was rather sloppy in the last several weeks, huh?
Do you want me to go with you?
No.
You better not open that damn door, dude.
Yes, sir.
Buzzing you in, Sheriff.
Okay, come on. Go, go, go. Go.
Ah, Sheriff, Miss Phillips. I'm sorry, I wasn't advised as to what time you'd be here today. I was actually on my way to a meeting. I'd be happy to stop by your office later if that would work. There's no time for that tonight. I have a search warrant. Well, that won't be necessary. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. First, I offer you some coffee and grab some tea. Yes. Single-mindedness in the pursuit of truth. Society does not have to include that, Sheriff.
I'm investigating 6 deaths, which were the result of attacks by an unknown wild animal.
I'm sorry to hear about that. I can't see how I would be of any help. Actually, I'm not much of a wild enthusiast. I'm doing research in animal testing.
3-6.
Well, I did some checking before we came up here, and according to the internet, you may be the world's top animal behaviorist.
Oh, Sheriff, you have technical vocabulary. Very impressed.
So what kind of animals are you working on now?
Actually, I'm working on the Human Genome Project, and occasionally we have to compare the human and animal gene sequences. Did you know we share 99% of our genes with the domestic cat?
The animal we heard yesterday was a lot bigger than the cat. And so were the prints of the teeth.
Could it be, Miss Phillips, that your imagination is as strong as your power of observation and logic? But, as I said, that won't be necessary. I'm happy to show you the labs, please. I have nothing to hide. Show the labs. We'll start with the sequencing lab, please, after you. Sure. All aboard.
How many floors down is this thing now?
6. It used to be a nuclear testing facility. I believe it's a stranger in paradise.
Alright, bud. Night. Love you.
As you can see, it takes a lot of power to manipulate the sequencing. Seems like all this gene splicing will be really... What, expensive? Yeah, expensive. What is the price of a dream, Sheriff? If my experiments work out, I can assure you all mankind will be knocking at my door.
But the question is whether to get in or get out.
You may scoff all you want, Miss Phillips. But when my work is complete, the entire story of DNA research will have to be rewritten from scratch.
Well, then I guess I'd like to start with a chapter where you somehow managed to clone a dinosaur and murders half a dozen innocent people.
Well, I'm going into that stream for one. It's gonna be fun to play against. So, did you guys